bonuses for speedy adoption of terminated parents, and judges who don't practice law with the Constitution in their sights. This is a problem.
They take away the fathers, leaving just a mom and cubs. They know that with that out the way, the better things will go. Breaking apart the family, destroying the American way. Our legacy is built upon our families of yesterday. Fuck CPS, fuck CPS, fuck what they doing. Fuck CPS, they need to be ruined. It's all about the division of family services. You hear that the division, that's what they about. They prey upon the family, the ones that the dad's been kicked out. We can't stand for this abomination. This is the song that needs to play across our once great nation, making us aware of the problem. Stealing our kids, it's not mama drama. Stand up for those who are lost to them. We need to fight for the family, making America great again. CPS comes along with the mission to protect. The only thing they are doing is cashing in those checks, paid for by the souls of the children, diagnosed by a caseworker who is still a baby herself. They take away the fathers, leaving just a mom and cubs. They know that with that out the way, the better things will go. Breaking apart the family, destroying the American way. Our legacy is built upon our families of yesterday. Fuck CPS, fuck what they doing. Fuck CPS, they need to be ruined. It's all about the division of family services. You hear that the division, that's what they about. They prey upon the family, the ones that the dad's been kicked out. We can't stand for this abomination. This is the song that needs to play across our once great nation, making us aware of the problem. Stealing our kids, it's not mama drama. Stand up for those who are lost to them. We need to fight for the family, making America great again.
In the United States, CPS makes upwards of $3 billion per day on trafficking and selling our children. The corruption may start with the caseworker, but goes through the judicial system, passing the governor through the Senate and into the White House. The entire system has a hand in the business known as CPS.
Our children are stolen every minute of a 24-hour day. They are being robbed of their innocence, their trust, their happiness. As parents, we are isolated and betrayed by a government we trust. States are balancing budgets on kids' lives. Only 12% of the kids taken will be reunified. Title IV funding is being riveted with fraud.
We need to stop CPS and abolish CPS.com is leading the way. Join us.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to CPS Victims Hunting Justice. I am your host, the CPS Punisher. And tonight we've got a bunch of stuff to talk about. Don't forget, we got the chat right here on the right of us. I want to welcome everybody that's in here with us right now. Don't forget, ask your questions, comments, whatever you got. Throw it at us. We'll see what we can do to get you answers. Right now, I'm going to bring in Vinny. But check this out. I want to read something first, Vinny. We read this earlier on the Punisher, on the Tiffin Punisher show, and I want to apply that again because this has been going on in our little circle here with Tam and everything. Whoa, we're big. Hello, Big Vinny.
Hey.
Whoa. And it is pretty awesome. So with no avail, let me read this to you. If we were base enough to desire it, it is now too late to retire from the contest. There is no retreat but in submission and slavery. Our chains are forged, their clanking may be heard on the plains of Boston. The war is inevitable and let it come. I repeat it, sir, let it come. It is in vain, sir, to extenuate the matter. Gentlemen may cry, peace, peace, but there is no peace. The war has actually begun. The next gale that sweeps from the north will bring to our ears the clash of resounding arms. Our brethren are already in the field. Why stand we here idle? What is it that gentlemen wish? What would they have if life is so dear or peace so sweet as to be purchased at the price of chains and slavery? Forbid it, Almighty God. I know what course others may take, but as for me, give me liberty or give me death.
Give me death.
Jesus God Almighty, Vinny.
No, not really.
I know those words are, what we were talking about earlier is that we can apply that to everything that's going on in CPS right now. Like we could take that same stuff that's happening and put that in with CPS and taking our kids.
And I know the truth, and now you know the truth. So
yeah, I mean, I guess so. But I'm just saying that we could apply those same parts, you know, because we could. Yeah, don't worry about it, Vinny. We got this under control.
Yeah,
we'll take it, Vinny. We'll take it from here. So there you go, Tammy. I read that for you. We're gonna do something with that for sure. Athena, see you shortly. I'm gonna take a call with the kids, so that's good. Good for you. Glad that you're able to do that stuff. Let's see here. What do we got? Oh, obviously we've got the stuff today. You heard about the stuff in Oklahoma, right? That bill that they're gonna try and pass. Vinny?
Yeah. I was reading up on that. I actually read it to my stepdad on our way home, so he could hear it.
The House Bill 1100.
Yeah. I went and read on it as you guys were talking about it. I had the link already, and I was looking at it earlier, but I had counsel, and so it kind of interrupted. But yeah, I was looking it over, and holy shit, man.
Let's see here. I'm gonna share it up here on the screen so people can see it if they can notice it or see it. Or want to pull the man in himself?
Yeah, I'll young in Mr. Man, Mr. Herberto. Welcome aboard, Mr. Herberto.
No beanie on him tonight, just a tissue in his pocket.
Hello, Vinny. How you doing?
I'm doing all
How
right.
you doing,
Mr.
Deborah?
Herbert.
Hey, Herbert.
I had a nice,
Good.
I had a nice
Herbert, why don't you,
conversation with Jonesy. I had a nice
Oh,
conversation
good,
with.
yeah.
She was, yeah.
He did too. He's
Oh,
sent
very
me
nice.
pictures. He sent me pictures.
Yeah. Hey, Herbert, I
Some
was thinking,
pictures to
why don't
send
you
me.
call Herbert? I was thinking, why don't you call Fowler up and see if she wants to come on tonight and discuss her article that was in the paper?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
huge, man.
Okay.
I did get to read it.
All right. Let me.
Call her up and
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll come
did
back.
get a
I'll be
chance
back.
to read it.
yeah.
I did get a chance to read her article. That's some powerful shit she said.
All right. So this is an act relating to children, amending yada yada yada, providing information the court may receive, directing court to make determination, directing courts to order immediate release of child if facts do not demonstrate child is in need of immediate protection or in imminent danger, providing that individuals shall be guilty of a felony upon conviction for failure to comply with the court order, modifying evidentiary standard, providing for the release of child under certain circumstances, providing that individuals shall be guilty of a felony upon conviction for failure to comply with the statute, and providing an effective date. Let's see what's in here. Abandon means a willful intent by words, actions, or omissions not to return for a child. The failure to maintain a significant parental relationship with a child through visitation or communication in which incidental or token visits or communications are not considered significant. The failure to respond to notice of deprived proceedings. Here we go. Now they add this in there, Vinny. Abuse means harm or threatened harm to the health, safety, or welfare of a child by a person responsible for the child's health, safety, or welfare, including but not limited to non-accidental physical or mental injury, sexual abuse, sexual exploitation, provided, however, that nothing containing in the Oklahoma Children's Code shall prohibit any parent from using ordinary force as a means of discipline, including but not limited to spanking, switching, or paddling. Harm or threatened harm to the health or safety of a child means any real or threatened physical, mental, or emotional injury or damage to the body or mind that is not accidental, including but not limited to sexual abuse, sexual exploitation, neglect, or dependency. Sexual abuse includes but not is limited to rape, incest, or lewd incidents, acts, or proposals made to a child as defined by law. Sexual exploitation, yeah, we don't need to go through those ones. Those are pretty much some of them safe. Adjudication. So this is cool, man. I don't want to keep reading all of this stuff, but they got all the definitions in here. And then they go on to break it down. Assessment, child. That's why it's so long, because they break down every bit of it, making it very easy for everybody to understand what is what and what. The supervision and planning, operation, evaluation, community-based services and programs may include but are not limited to emergency shelters, crisis intervention, group work, case supervision, job placement, recruitment, training, volunteers, consultation, medical, educational, home-based services, vocational, social, preventative, psychological guidance, training, counseling, sexual abuse treatment, transitional living, independent living, and other related services and programs. I never heard about any of that stuff. Do you?
Nope.
It's crazy. It's nuts. Man.
So
Yeah.
I wanted to
Yeah.
share something that I learned today through counseling. This is how amazing my counselor is. She's one of them good ones that actually sit there and they listen to what you got to say. And she does take certain notes, and she shows me. And I learned today that my strongest relationship is with my youngest daughter, only because he is just like me. He's an outdoorsy. He doesn't like to be inside. He likes to be outside. He's very questionable. She asks you, what's that, Daddy? What does that do? Or, can I help you? So she's definitely the 80s side of the kid to me. And I'm starting to wonder if, like I said, there is, whether some people want to believe it or not, every personality that you have comes out in your child, no matter what. Some of their looks come out. You compare my oldest, me, and my youngest all together, we look the same. You know, so think about this, parents and fathers out there alike. They are taking from our lineage as well, not just the mothers, but the fathers too.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of dads are sitting in prison right now because the states don't have counsel for them. And now the ALPP is trying to get them out of jail because they're sitting there waiting all this time for nothing.
All right, what do we got in the back room there, Vinny? So this bill is 42 pages, guys. I highly recommend. I'm going to cut it out. Copy this link here.
We got a Mr. Herbert back with us.
All right, we got one. We have 50% of it.
I think I dropped the bill right in the chat for everyone. I'm pretty sure, and I sent it to a few others too. So
What's the bill? There's 1100 one.
yeah, I sent it to Gunner.
I got it right here too.
I sent it to Spanny. That way she could look it over as well. So I sent it to Kim. So I'm trying to get the bill out to everyone so they can, at least everyone I have, so they can go over it.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean, I don't see why we shouldn't try to replicate this in every state.
Yeah, we definitely should.
We try to push something through along these, tweak it for the state that needs to be tweaked for, and then move forward.
Do you realize how many agencies would go down in that aspect?
Hey, you know my stance on that.
Yes, I do, sir. Yes, I do.
Mm-hmm.
So, Herbert, what's the news, my man?
So I tried to reach her, and I can't get her, and the mailbox is full.
Oh, that's a bummer.
So a lot of people are probably responding to her, and she's talking to a lot of people about that article.
We'll get her.
Yeah, it's probably blowing up off the hook.
Yes. I sent it out to a lot of people also. She finally made some article in the newspaper or something, which is good,
So I got to see the real news today, and I have to correct a couple things that were said last night. Our RFK Jr. is exactly doing what he said he would. I saw the real news today on it, and Darren was correct. He is trying to overdo a lot of in CPS's stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the first news you heard was incorrect.
It was. I watched.
Okay.
I watched a couple of, the actual Joe Rogan shows, and he did talk about RFK on there, and what he is doing and what he plans to be doing, and he follows along the lines of the Republican Party. Rogan does. So yeah, everything that he's talked about, it has been dead on from day in to day out.
Well, okay. Well, what I read is there's going to be conflict between the Republican Party and MAGA.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. The Republican Party and MAGA, I'll call it the Trump Party, it's not the same. They're not on the same page. The Republican Party and what Trump wants to do, they're not on the same page. That's why Trump is draining the swamp.
Right, and he already has been, because the wall is already starting to be built again.
Yeah. There'll be a lot more going on, and I really do feel there'll be emphasis placed on what's going on with seats because it's two entire states.
If I want to be honest with you, Herbert, I'll put it to you in our terms up here. Our Republican Party in Maine is going against the Democrat full on, and they are calling.
Oh no! Forget the
on a lot of shit.
No, forget about the Democrats. Put them off to the side. Forget the Democrats. I'm talking about what a lot of Republicans want us to do. They're at odds with each other. Now, there are a lot of Republicans that they're at odds with him. That's
just something we're all gonna have to watch and see.
So forget the Democrats. They're out. Forget them. They're dead in the water.
Not up here.
No, the Democrats are dead in the water.
Not up here. They're not, unfortunately.
Well, I think Trump's going to take care of that. I think Donald Trump's going to take care of it.
All right.
What's up?
What's up, Miss Danielle?
What's up? Hey, what's up? Figured I'd join in because what were y'all just reading? Yeah, I was like, huh? Hey, Herbert. What were y'all just reading when I got in? Hey, Herbert. Can y'all hear me?
Hi, Danielle. Yeah.
Hey, Herbert. Hey, Herbert.
Echo it.
Hi, Danielle. Hello.
Can y'all hear me?
One of you are echoing.
Yeah.
Hold on. Hold on. Let's see. Is that better? No. Hold on. Is that better?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. I gotta take it off.
You sound
Well, with echoing, I had to take it off Bluetooth.
Yeah. Sometimes you do. Sometimes it will work right, and sometimes it won't.
Yeah. I think it might be because it's next to my laptop too.
Jared
hey,
he deals
Tammy.
with that all the time.
Yeah.
But no, we were going over the
Dropped y'all. Sorry.
Oklahoma policy.
You get what?
The Oklahoma policy on CPS and them being able to be charged with kidnapping.
With kidnapping. Is that what you're talking about? In the chat. Yep. That was look, that right there. I talked about that on my show today, and I was like, wow, that's I mean, that's pretty much what they do. They kidnap our kids. You know, I mean,
I feel
pretty much that is what they do.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for that girl that was in your show earlier, and she was telling her story.
Oh yeah, Miss Athena. Yeah, Miss Athena. She's got a lot going on, and surprised she's not with in this show tonight. Thought she was. Oh, that must have been Miss.
That girl sounds like she's been dragged through hell.
Yeah, she was. Ain't that her right there on the bottom of the screen? That's Athena.
Yeah,
that's her. Yeah.
Yep.
And she has been through a lot. She, hey Brenda, how are y'all? And she went and had a bunch DV, and her new husband is actually, her and him actually both have been in DV relationships. Their exes were like narcissists, bad, and they both have been together 4 years and have built, have helped each other get through it. And I thought that was pretty cool.
You know, I wonder what the number of relationships that make it through these cases are. You know, how many relationships stick together or how many of them actually split up due to the stresses caused by CPS?
I know in Georgia, it's the numbers are not very good. You know, I forgot. I had it wrote down, but because I just looked that up today, and I know the numbers are not. It's more they get divorced more than they stay together. I mean, I think it was in the. Sadly to say, it's in the single digits when it comes to
sure, right.
the success rate for that. I mean,
yeah. Well, you got to take in count all the sleep that you're giving up. The night of staying awake, not being able to even close your eyes.
Right.
The nights of worrying about your children and how they're really doing and if they're really okay. The anxiety, the depression, it all takes part on you, and it takes a toll on your entire body.
It does. It affects us in every way possible, like mentally, physically, emotionally. I mean, all of it. It's very draining. And
if I would add something to a policy, it would be that the department is not allowed to cause that kind of abuse to the parent.
Right. It's like they play mind games. It's like they like playing games. Like whether they wake up today and they want to mess with your emotions, or they want to mess with your psychological part, like, you know, or your physical, you know, make you just they love stress. I know that because I know a lot of people that have like the PTSD and the anxiety. It's crazy.
And I think we need to, you know, all stay out there. I'm going to say it because I'm not afraid to say it. You caseworkers have destroyed more families than help over the past 25 years.
They have.
And
they
you
have.
think that you are Almighty God with your little badge. Your little badge is not going to save you soon enough, because us parents are fighting back, and we're bringing the Constitution with us.
Right. It's what's the date today? We got what, 5 days?
5 days.
5 days. And it's in the what am I saying? I just had a brain fart. In the child welfare system, I've noticed that the last 15 days, they have been trying to cover their butts. Like, people are starting to get answers, and like they're trying to cover their tracks, you know? I've noticed. Like, they're trying to be all...
But you know why?
Oh, yeah, because they're all corrupt, and they messed up.
You know why? Because, well, no, because heads are going to be rolling.
Oh, yeah. And a lot of...
heads will be rolling.
There's people resigning from their jobs out here in Georgia. Like, I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, and you know, I got some things going on that I'm helping a couple people in the county that I'm in with their situations, and finding out, because we've uncovered a lot of new stuff that, like, the kid was involved in DV cases, and the parent didn't know about it. And it's and this is a foster parent. Now get this was a foster parent that still has her able to keep foster kids, and she's already been in like 3 or 4 different DV cases with the same gentleman that just got 20 years, okay, for child abuse and cruelty to children. And aggravated charges, stalking, all that. And how is this man still was he able to walk the streets or be on the streets from, you know, there was a time gap between like 2019 and 2022. I don't get it.
So I gotta ask both of you.
Yeah.
With the knowledge that I gave you this morning, okay, from that one thing that I showed you both, and all of you in the group, what do you think from that?
You're talking about that thing you first sent this morning?
Yep.
Hold on, let me make sure I'm reading the right thing.
The email.
Oh, okay. Okay, so
I didn't have the opportunity to read that whole email because I got wrapped up with my cousin's
okay,
stuff.
I know. What do I think about it? Is like in reference to what, Vinny? Let me ask, because I know I read the other email before that too, right? There was an email you sent out yesterday and then today, right?
Yep.
I think you're good. You're good. Like, I think they don't have nothing on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that there's a reason why she ain't showing up. You know what I mean? Why?
Yeah. And I read that letter that Steve, his name is Steve, sent to you. Yeah, I read that, and I thought he's kind of like without apologizing, is apologizing.
Yeah.
You know, like he's kind of saying you're right.
And is that your CP?
I did
Is
read
that on the CPS side? That guy? Which side is he on?
No, that's his counsel.
Oh.
That's my main counsel. Yeah.
His solicitor.
Oh wow.
His solicitor.
Oh, like against you, the DA? No. Oh, okay. The
No.
one representing you.
Like supposed to be representing.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Supposed to be representing. Yeah.
Is he like removing himself or something?
Yeah, he's withdrawing from my case.
What?
Yeah,
wow.
Because I sent him an email
by popular demand,
basically asking him to be transparent with me, and that if he didn't be transparent with me, that I would have to go to the bar because it's within my constitutional right.
Right. And that's when he said he was withdrawing himself?
Yep. He
That's
said that
crazy.
was me threatening him, and it wasn't a threat.
How is that a threat?
It was me speaking that, you know, dude, you're not listening to what I gotta really say. You're not telling me anything.
Right.
You're keeping me in the dark. You're not being transparent. And I don't know if I can trust you.
Right.
And my counselor said it really good today. She said, that is your brain kicking in and saying, okay, we need to connect the dots here.
Right. You know something has caught your attention and you're addressing it and he didn't like it. Sounds like it. I mean, you know, a lot of these court-appointed attorneys and stuff want to sit here and say we throw bogus things at them and they don't want to hear no bogus bogus shit from us, you know, that we're throwing, like when we show them case law or, you know, the violations that are going on, and they want to sit here and tell us that we're pretty much full of it. Like, I don't know if your attorney did that, but I know I ran into that problem, and I'm like, you got, I mean,
I can say on the flip side of the coin, in the CPS matter, see, I can talk all day about the CPS matter, and there's not a goddamn thing they can do.
Nope.
They can try, but they can't, because now I know the truth of the whole story. Okay. And I found a couple other things that are now considered, they're definitely lawsuit materials. And it would take down a lot of people right now if I were to file in the federal court, because in every single case, from the criminal to the CPS case, I have done stuff by email. I've kept screenshots. I've done things by certified mail, and I've kept all the receipts. So I know exactly when they were delivered.
That's
everything that I have done has kept a paper trail.
Let me ask you this: if they sign a court order, I don't know how the courts run up there, but wouldn't you think if they sign something with fresh, wet ink, it would have to be blue or black, right? Not purple, red.
And it would have to feel like a little bubble.
Right. So why would they ever sign a court order in purple? I don't get it. Like a gel pen.
Never. It's usually black or blue. It's never been.
No odd, like neon colors, no off the wall colors. I thought it was supposed to be like the normal blue or black. Yeah.
Yep.
And I couldn't believe, like, I was looking at some papers today and I'm like, wow. I mean, you talk about every color of the rainbow in this court order. Oh my goodness. It looks like a coloring sheet for me.
I gotta
connect the dots.
I gotta answer you on that one, Brenda. They
Why don't you?
definitely do watch you. Matter of fact, I will
Yes.
tell you, parents, they're watching this show right now. You know,
Hi,
want to know
Jonathan.
how I know why? I was
Why is
told
that?
by a CPS attorney that they were.
Yeah, I believe it. I believe it. I mean, you know what I say to them? Hey, welcome in, guys. And if they're watching
Hey,
behind the
Jonathan.
scenes, hey, guys, welcome. You're going down. I mean, it's just that simple.
Hello.
Uh,
Hello, Tammy. How are you, Tammy?
And you know, they definitely are going down, and not the way they think. They're going down under a constitution. They're going down under fraud. They're going down under kidnapping.
Yep.
It's coming. And
Yep.
when it comes for you, you're gonna know it, and you're gonna wish that you didn't step over that line the way you did.
I do want to point out to parents that are involved with CPS right now, make sure to keep a close eye on these court documents you got, that if you got any cases going on, and see what they try to throw in there, because they're going to try to squeeze stuff in there. So I have ran into several parents like that. The closer it gets to January 20th, the more stuff's coming up, and they're trying to save their butts.
Hello,
Be waiting for that 20th,
How you doing,
because
Josie?
that first executive order that he dropped is going to be massive. Then followed suit by a whole bunch more.
Oh yeah, everybody's getting their stuff ready.
You're about to witness the collapse of New York, because he's going to take down their goddamn judge and everyone that was involved in his case.
Didn't they? They ended up sentencing him. Did they sentence him and convict him? Or
I'm glad to hear you're fine, Tammy.
is Trump a felon now?
Brenda.
Yeah, he is a felon.
He's always been a felon.
Trump is a felon.
He wasn't a felon until he was convicted.
I think he's like, what, was it 34? Yeah, he was convicted.
Okay.
As a fact, there's 34 counts, right? Is it 34?
I think so.
Let's see.
Didn't he just get?
Is either 32 or 34 counts?
Was it New York that did it? They convicted him, didn't they?
Yes. Yes.
That's gonna.
But he won't ever.
I guarantee you will start to be seeing, once the 20th passes, you're going to start to see every Admiralty Court, every Supreme Court, every judicial powers.
Yes, it's 34.
Scrutiny, investigation.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's all 2025 gonna be a big year.
There's going to be some heads rolling. Heads.
There's lots and lots
Heads
of
are
money
gonna be rolling.
missing from the U.S.
Whose head's going to roll, Herbert? Whose heads are going to roll?
There's going to be a lot of heads rolling. There's going to be a whole lot of heads rolling in all different departments.
Let's hear some predictions. Let's hear some predictions.
Well,
let's hear some predictions.
Let's start off in the defense. Without giving any names I know of, in the Defense Department, heads will roll. FBI, heads will roll. I think in the Treasury, heads will roll. I'm hoping that within, what is CPS under?
Human Services? Human Services.
Heads are going to roll in Human Services, yes. Health and Health and Human Services, there'll be heads rolling.
Actually, that is incorrect. They are not listed as that under their second account.
Who? In Georgia?
Who?
What do you mean?
Who are you talking
DHS and CPS. They are two different identities.
Not in Georgia. And it's Department of Human Services, Division of Family and Children Services down here.
Right, OCFS.
DHHS has their own DUNS number. They're separate. Okay.
Yeah.
CPS, on the other hand, has two DUNS numbers.
You guys need to get off the DUNS number stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, get off the DUNS number. And let's look at the high level in Washington, D.C. DCJS or CPS, whatever, they all come to somebody in Washington, D.C. They have to answer to somebody. And in that category, heads are going to be rolling.
and they're going to be asking a lot of questions about the racketeering, like where'd all this money going? Where'd all this money go? Because
Timmy, if you
that's
want a little bit of history on that,
what's up.
all of our founding fathers of the United States were felons.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, I've
Look
heard
up.
it.
Every single one.
I've heard it on TikTok. I didn't look into it. I'm a felon myself. I mean, I didn't know the founding fathers were until recently.
Look out the window and see if you're.
I was like, well, what am I looking out the window for? I don't have one. I forgot what I was gonna say. I think. Go ahead, Vinny.
Yeah, I was just gonna answer a fun fact. Yeah, go Google it, Brenda. You'll find out.
I don't know if in y'all states, but I know down here, like when a child is, I don't know if down here we have the Department of Behavioral Health. What?
So there's no evidence that any of the founding fathers were convicted felons. Some were accused of being smugglers and tax evaders. The founding fathers were considered traitors, a fact that they carried with them as they sought to create a new union. The United States reformed harsh felony laws that originated in Great Britain after it became independent. So there's no evidence that they were actually felons.
So it's just here, like,
wait. Did you hear what you just said?
What?
That ruling came over from Great Britain.
Yeah, and then it says United States reformed harsh felony laws that originated in Great Britain after it became independent.
Right there. Boom.
What do you mean, boom?
They're taking their law.
They weren't felons until after they became independent, away from them, until we became our own land. So that means founding fathers couldn't have been felons. They didn't have any felony rules into place.
Yep.
Yes.
So they weren't considered felons, but let's say they did acts that we would look upon as being felony.
Some founding fathers were accused of being smugglers and tax evaders.
Okay, that's felony level. They're not convicted of it, but that's felony level.
But they didn't have no rules in place.
Right. They
were pretty much.
But to answer on that though, to be a felon in the U.S., okay, here's where it's kind of a trick question, because
I'm a felon.
A felon is someone that back then there was no felony laws. These are all put in place by whom?
I don't know by who. By who, Vinny?
Not by we the people.
What are you saying, by the founding fathers?
I'm saying it was put in place by someone of power.
No, that's when they made the. Oh my God, that's when they came up with the 3 tiers of government, man, so that they couldn't the power, the executive branch, the judicial branch, and then the legislature.
And
then the legislature came up with the rules, and then they put
the executive
through the judicial branch.
Did our ancestors put that into play? That is the bigger question.
Yes, they did.
Yes, your ancestors did.
Yes. The legislative branch makes the laws. Congress is the legislative branch of the federal government.
So if our ancestors put that
is
in
the Supreme
place,
Court.
If our ancestors put that in place, that means that they fucked us.
Well, no, you still have to have rules to go by in any civilization.
Right.
There has to be order.
Who says you have to pay taxes?
Say that again.
That was enacted in 1865 under Abraham Lincoln. That supposed thing where he asked the country to pay money and taxes, and it stayed. That's another rabbit hole thing that people can run down, saying it's not legal. You don't have to pay taxes. You're right. It doesn't say anywhere that you have to pay taxes, but go ahead and try not to pay them and see what happens.
Right.
Oh yeah, they still try to get you on
You can't.
something.
It's like people try to do that sovereign citizen thing. You
No,
can't
Right.
throw that with the
what they're
Constitution as
go-
well,
what they're
and say
not realizing, yeah, but see, what they're not
you can't do that.
realizing, Danielle, is that
That
we
they
are
can't do that.
sovereign.
No, we're not. We still have
Yes,
to abide by these. We have a
no,
Constitution, and we have
we were.
our
The Constitution was
But you
founded
cannot come
on
over here. You
sovereignty.
can't. Okay, look, I have seen in court myself that people that with that sovereign thing and then try to throw both of them together with the Constitution and
Yeah,
then
it
try to be
doesn't
a
work.
sovereign citizen. You can't do that. It's not going to work. They're going to laugh at you
First of all, you're an
and
idiot.
shake your.
First of all, you're an idiot because you're already sovereign. You dumbass. Says it in the
Right, because
Constitution.
Yeah,
because
So
you
why would
are
you go try to be a
sovereign under the
sovereign citizen?
because you
like
are sovereign under the Constitution. Right.
So why would you try to be a sovereign citizen and give up your
you're right.
citizenship
Your
in the United
citizenship.
States?
That's what I'm saying. Is why would you say that you want to be a sovereign citizen when you're already sovereign under the Constitution?
I don't
But
know.
which,
You brought it up.
yeah, because I mean, if you're challenging something that's is in effect and it's been in effect, and it's the Constitution and it's our we the people. Why would you take your citizenship?
When
Like, why would you? You can't
when
throw
you
those two
do
together.
when you do that, okay, here's what
You give
happens.
up all your rights.
You give up every right to your Constitution.
Yes, you do. And you have, I mean, you don't even have to drive without. You don't have to have a license when you drive nothing. But none of that
Still gonna
applies to
get
you. You are not
arrested.
protected,
You're
huh?
still gonna get
You still
arrested.
get arrested.
Exactly. So why would? And that's where a lot of people I have noticed in these courts, and that's why their cases are getting thrown out, is because they try to throw this with that, and you can't do that. Like
No.
that's like throwing what is
David
it?
You know,
Street went to jail for Christ's sakes. The guy that
Huh?
leads and talks about this stuff, David Street, he went to
Yeah.
jail. Look
Yeah.
at our friend Rick Martin. Rick
Right.
Martin cries this stuff all the time. And is he right? Sure, but he still gets his ass thrown in jail.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, you're wherever I mean, it's let us try to go to another country and try to see like and it's not going to
Yeah,
work.
right.
Like it's there's stuff set in place for a reason so everything could, but we of course we got the
Function
corrupt
properly.
ones that try to make it their own way, and too many chiefs and not enough, too many people wanting
Yeah.
power. I mean, that's what it is. It's all greed. I mean,
Can't
that's
run around and go without rules.
right. Because if that was the case, boy, this be not only a boring world, it would be very troubling as well. We would be in some.
I do
Yeah.
agree with Trump's thing that, the government and our executive bodies should have a limit on their terms in office.
Yeah, they do.
All
They
across
How
the
much
do.
board.
longer do you want? They have 2 years and 4 years.
Uh-huh. The president, he can do what, 4?
2
But
4-year
I
terms.
think he
Yeah,
wants
Maybe
I
more than
think
that.
he wants to lessen that a little bit, though, I think.
You can't
like
lessen
honest.
the presidential. You can't do that. They barely have enough time to make their
No. For our legislative committees. The ones that
They're
meet.
saying that they can't be a lifetime.
Right.
They only can be there for certain. It's not so they want them to only be able to serve so many terms.
Right. Which one's the longest one? I think it's the
You can be in the
Supreme
legislature
Court.
forever. Well, Supreme
What
Court,
about
you're
the
in for a
Supreme
lifetime.
Court?
Supreme
Yeah, you're
Court.
for
Yeah,
life.
okay.
Supreme
That's
Court. Yeah.
But that's an appointed position. That's not an
Huh?
elected position. That's an appointed position, not
Right.
elected.
Right.
So
In terms of-
I don't know how
We have
that
to
works.
figure out. We
I
have
know
to
what
figure
Trump's
out.
talking about is making it so like the Nancy Pelosi's and all these career politicians can't be career politicians. It's
right.
getting fresh blood into the legislature and all of that stuff.
And that's what we need.
Is it though?
We need fresh eyes that know what's going on within the government, and they're seeing it from the outside looking in.
I wouldn't say that we would like you're
Right.
talking about starting fresh all over with all of them.
Not all of them. There are
Okay.
quite a few that actually fight back. I mean, like I was saying earlier, the Republican House up here is going against our governor. They're
But
speaking
party lines don't really
clearly.
matter. Dude. That's the thing that they want us to. They want us to be a party line. Look at just do the right thing. Doesn't
Hmm.
matter if you're white, black, red, brown,
Right.
Republican, Democrat, this, that, or the other. Just they did that to divide us as a country.
Right.
Do you know how many idiots argue back and forth to say I'm a Democrat and I'm a Republican and they don't even know what they're arguing about?
I've seen it, and I've never been part of that argument because I was a felon all this time, and so I can say, I mean, I can't ever put my 2 cents in. So I've seen it happen, and yeah,
But just it's just stupid. You see people out in
yeah,
public like I'm a Republican.
yeah.
Do you know what it means to be a
You know
Republican?
what?
Do
That's
you
a good
know
one,
what it
Jonathan.
means
I
to
want
be
to
a
put that up
Republican?
here.
Do you know what their financial platform is? Do you know how what sides they vote? What are their key arguments or their key Jesus Almighty, I'm getting terrible at this stuff. But what are their key points that they run on? What's their key points of their
Mm-hmm.
platforms? Like, what is their number one thing? What is their strategies?
What's their
No
mission?
one has
Yeah,
a damn clue. Not a damn
a lot
clue.
of they don't. I've it's the one that I hear the most is like the elephant in the room on the and the what's the other one, the blue. See, I know a
They're
little bit.
dumb. They're dumb. The Republicans are the elephants, and then the Democrats are the donkeys.
I know about that.
Yeah,
I'm a
I like
rookie. I
I
like
like
when
this.
I tell you
Hey,
this is what I thought when
Danielle,
I go ahead.
hey,
I'll tell
Danielle, I
you
like
on
this saying that Jonathan says. He says, "When the power of love overcomes the love of power, then the world will know peace."
right.
When the
That's true.
power of love overcomes the
Overcome
love of
the
power,
power.
then the world will know peace. I think that's well said.
No, yeah,
He got that off
is
the
what was,
stone he purchased.
Jonathan?
and it was
Yeah,
painted on a
Yeah,
stone that
Jonathan. Yeah.
he bought.
John said
That's
he had
awesome.
purchased some kind of a stone, and that was written on there.
That's awesome.
You
I
write
like
that's
that,
that.
incredible
Jonathan?
shit right
Did
there,
Jonathan
man.
write that himself?
He said it was on a stone that he bought.
All right.
He
Yeah, but
purchased it
that's
on a stone. Yeah.
I know that. Thanks, Tammy. I know that and I'm serious when I say like the Republican Democrat thing. You know, when I got in my trouble time in 2011, I really thought that I did not have no rights this whole time. I swear. I promise you. Like I thought that was just I went down the road and I mean, and a lot of felons that are in the system, they do think that, you know, because that's the way that it's portrayed to us when we're in there. I think we sign the Fourth Amendment. I mean, we sign a waiver of Fourth Amendment rights. I mean, and so we think that. I mean, I've ran into several other people, like a good bit of people that are felons that are in the same. They've had the same thinking, and we just. So a lot of them are learning there that they do have rights, and I think that's a good thing for us as well. You know, to know that we can. Because I'm telling you, I just thought all my rights were gone. I swear. So I've learned a lot in the last 2 years with all this CPS stuff, and because I mean, if it's a right, it's a condition of probation that we are required to take care of our children and to keep it's a general condition and so I mean it's just they try to portray that they try to get you in trouble with if you're in the system already. They try to mess with your freedom, and it's sad.
Oh, they trap. It's a trap. Once they put you in there, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
You're destined to fail.
Yep. Oh yeah. And
I mean, look at when you have if you can't have a gun, so you go ahead and drive around. Now, how screwed is that? That the Constitution says that you can bear arms.
right.
It doesn't necessarily say gun, but you can have a weapon of whatever. But we all just assume that they mean a gun, when they say it. So, there are places that allow you to have it. A friend of mine right now that we know, Herbert, don't we, that is going through some BS like this. She's a felon also and was carrying a firearm and went and stayed at her cousin's house. And her cousin made some stupid move and reported that she had stopped into her cousin's house or something and allegedly carried a gun, and he reported it, took a picture of it, and sent it to someone else, and then it got back to the. Anyway, they searched the house, they find the gun, the whole nine. Now this girl's in trouble, because she's a felon that had a firearm, and it's just a mess.
And it's just one thing led to another.
Right, and it's just some stupid idiot, like, why would you take a picture of this stuff anyway and send it? But the point is wait a minute, the Constitution says you have the right to bear arms. It's a constitutional right. You should always be able to be armed.
Right.
It shouldn't be even, but that's a whole nother argument too.
There's and you're right, Darren, that is and there's some things that, yes, there is, they can be an argument if that who, like, and that's what people say, well, we need to stand up. I mean, but is it a fight you want to open up about that? Like, it's a lot of us just, I mean, yeah, we have a lot of people.
To me, we need to fight harder and harder every day, because you know what? We're seeing some movement. We're seeing progress happening before our eyes. These people are running scared, knowing that behind us is an army. And none of us will stop until we get our kids back.
Like, and with CPS over a decade ago, or even let's say 20 years ago, I was 20 years old. So it is nowhere like back then compared to now. CPS has gotten way worse, I can say. And it's like, what over the last 20 years has changed to make them be so corrupt as they are now? I mean, like,
Yeah.
You did not hear about them in the news like we're hearing now. We did not hear about nothing. And Allie Carter, yes.
Yeah, we know Allie Carter very well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
I personally think the profession changed somewhat. Because you had to be a social worker. Now they're hiring non-social workers to do the job. The social worker is like the supervisor. And everybody under that.
We did find out on Tip and the Punisher that it is the law. It is, I believe it was a law.
What's up, Lady P?
That social workers are to be licensed. Unless they're licensed, the only thing that they're allowed to do is carry out some time-to-time interviews and, very minuscule tasks. They're not allowed to handle the big show like they have been with so many of us. So we're trying to figure out a way to do this.
Are they still allowed to cross state lines? I know there for a minute they were trying to let them approve to. Oh no, I thought you were talking about caseworkers. I'm sorry.
Oops. Oh no, I thought. Okay, no, I'm just fucking with you.
Sorry.
No, yes, caseworkers. What do you mean? Can they cross state lines?
Yeah, because so I heard when my son got put out in Texas, it was like probably almost 8 months after he was out there. So it's probably in 2023 that they were trying to make social workers to where they were like interstate, like they could be interstate workers, like they can go across state lines and like take kids. And
JEA.
Okay, so I didn't. So it's not happening then, because I haven't heard. I don't know if anybody else has heard, but that'd be crazy if they could do that. That'd be. Ugh. I mean, they might as well get rid of ICPC if that's the case, because I mean they're not even overlooking my son's the travel like they would a probationer, a felon that's moving states.
You guys know what you need to do? You need to go on Amazon and you need to look up State Comms, CPS is coming.
Yep.
Yeah.
Check out Mr. Gary's book. Because I tell you what, all the knowledge that's in that book, I've seen it, I have read it. Darren sent me a copy of it. And I tell you what, it is one hell of a good guide to go by.
Yep. Very informational. A lot of knowledge. You can learn a lot. I'm still reading it.
And the next ones that are going to be following, I'm sure are going to be even more, because there's a big surprise coming next.
What's the surprise?
It's a surprise.
Yeah, Herbert. Jesus
Herbert wants to
I like surprises. I want to know what's in my. I want to know what's in my package and my present before I open it. What's it?
He's got a. Oh wait, Skinner has a bad heart.
It's like walking through a forest and seeing the light. That light might be a train coming. I mean,
want to share. I'll share something with y'all if we got a minute. Look up Hard Body Harrison, Darren. If so, this was when I was 17.
Wait a minute. Is this gonna put something up on my computer? I don't want to.
No, it's so I'll tell y'all. When I was still in high school, and a lot of people it just didn't cross my mind after all these years. But my mom saved my life because this guy was actually he used to be a wrestler for WCW, and he got fired, right? So he started up his own little wrestling little wrestling gig going on, and he would lure women in, and I was like a valet, which was like the ring girl that would walk around the ring and stuff. I did the wrestling, but he was trying to get my mother to sign a contract with him and I would ended up being sex trafficked. He ended up he was holding 4, I think 6 women hostage, and my mother, she something set her, she caught her off guard, and when it got exposed, a girl had got away from this house, and I was at this house, and I just oblivious to all this. I was young, dumb, and stupid, and these girls. My mom and dad sat out the house and waited on me every time I went over there for practice, and made sure that I did not go in this guy's house or nothing. But mom and dad, they let me do the wrestling. But when my mom's like, Danielle, I'm a 17-year-old. I'm like, Mom, come on. And now and after thinking about it, she's like, and the guy met us at Hooters one night, and he had this girl with him and this other guy, and kind of find out it was his 2 co-defendants in this case now, because all of a sudden it was like 4 months later, a girl got out and ran away from the home, and he got in trouble for sex trafficking and peonage and a whole bunch of stuff. And just to think now, when I went back and thought about it, he was like, I didn't pay attention, but he was like, I can teach you this and I'll teach you that. And he was actually talking to me about being a prostitute, selling me out. And now that I think about that, and I got daughters myself, and I'm like, wow, I could have been me if it wasn't for my mother being so protective. And this happened right in my hometown. Mm-hmm. Happened right here next door to where I live now. And this guy was a wrestler with WCW. His name was Hard Body Harrison, and he ended up he had women hostage in his basement. And I did not if it wasn't for my mother, there's no telling where I'd be now.
Look up Hard Body Nelson.
Hard Body
Nelson. Harrison.
I
Did you say
Hard Body Harrison.
Yeah, it's a WCW wrestler. He used to be a wrestler, but he wait till you read about his case. It was from 2002, because I graduated in 2002, so it was 2001 to 2007, and I think he got sentenced in 2008. But I was actually, it's scary when if it wasn't for my mother, because I was really, really wanting to be, and I just didn't get involved in that. Darren, did you look that up? I don't know how to.
Yeah, I'm looking up. I found Hard Body Harrison. I'm looking up the Department of Justice on him right now. It says he was convicted in November 22nd of 2007 on 24 counts, including 1 count of conspiracy, 4 counts of holding women in a condition of peonage, 5 counts of forced labor, 5 counts of trafficking with respect to peonage, 5 counts of commercial sex trafficking, 3 counts of witness tampering, and partridge, 1 count of obstructing enforcement of peonage.
And it was going on before my eyes, and I didn't even my mom.
How would you know about peonage? How are you going to expect? How you do expect?
No,
walking right into peonage.
I didn't know nothing back then. I just thought I was young and just cool. I thought I was cool hanging out with a wrestler, an ex-wrestler, like I thought I was the shit, but no. Like my mom, I would get mad at my mom because she would be strict on me. And now that I go back and think, it's like, thanks, Mom, you saved my life, honestly, like these women I actually seen at this, and they would get punished if they did not do their work, and they and it's like he held them like over their head. If they owed him money, they would have to do hard labor work too. And I'm like, geez, you're kind of harsh on them women, ain't you? Wow. And oh yeah, it was horrible. And now that I go back and think about it, it's like, and if it wasn't for my mother, and then like my mom was really protective, so it's thanks, Mom.
So the thing you did was walk around. You just walked around with a sign with round 1, round 2, round 3.
Well, yeah, I did that, or I actually walked the wrestler out. Like the people that would walk the wrestlers out and like yelling and slapping the other wrestler and shit. That was me. Yeah, the ring girl, or the valet, like the one. But my mom, like the things that I did. My mom, I was gonna be the wrestling part in the show, and he was trying to make it out to be something else. You know what I'm saying? It was actually going to be something else in his vision, but he wanted my mother to sign, because I was underage. He wanted my mother to sign a contract to do the wrestling, but really it was probably So, and my mom, she didn't sign it, thank God. But she even went and met the guy to talk to him about it. And and I just, for my mom to do like that was, I thank her, you know what I'm saying? Like, she was looking out for me. You should work with auditors for like Long Island Audit and hire in Canadian. What is
Canadian Med Labs? What's Canadian Med Labs? I don't know what Canadian Med Labs is. Long Island Audit. Is Long Island Audit on Long Island, New York?
I like how Jonathan Christ works. What do you say? Yeah.
Hey, Jonathan, better explain this. I like to understand what he's trying to say here.
Yeah. John, Darren, did it?
Yeah.
Darren, how many counts did he have?
He's mentioned something about an audit.
24?
24.
Okay.
Now, Herbert, what's the guy that your guys' name was?
Hardbody Harrison?
Was it Hardbody Harrison?
He is an ex-wrestler for WCW. He got fired. He was actually a pro wrestler. He's a colored guy with like dreads. In a picture he'd have like yellow dreads, I think.
He got dreadlocks?
Yeah, I think like the twisties in his hair, like he's got it braided to his head. Yeah, I think in one of the pictures.
Yeah,
and he's muscular. Dreadlocks. He looks like a wrestler. It's crazy that just to think something that I enjoyed watching with my grandpa turned into something like that. Like,
this is in Georgia?
It's actually in Cartersville, Georgia. It happened right here. I live in Ackworth. You know where Cartersville is at. You know where Ackworth and it was right there in Cartersville, where it happened. Yeah, wow. Like right, probably 20, not even 10 minutes from where I'm at right now. Like if you go up 75, it's right there. Probably 77 miles from Tennessee, back this way. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So Jonathan said hire in Canada. What? I think I'm confused.
He's talking about they're looking for. He says there's a place in Long Island and also a place in Canada. Mm-hmm. The one in Canada is called Med Labs.
Oh, and what do they do? Audit?
Audit things. Yeah, but audit what, Jonathan? And do you have to go someplace, or can you do it from your home?
Long Island has a
Long
YouTube
Island
channel.
has a YouTube channel.
Oh.
And this audit work you do from a home or what?
Brenda
I
said she
text
texts
you.
you.
Well,
Danielle, can you access the email? No, I can't access that email. Darren,
we can't.
did you text
Yeah.
Darren? I mean, did you email Darren, Lady P? I think Lady P
Yeah,
saying she
anything.
emailed you.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, she can email me, but I can't see it unless I'm off the show. If I'm on the
Okay.
show, I won't see it. If
She,
you text it to me, I'll see it. If you send me a text, I can see it while I'm on the show.
Okay.
That was Gunner. He said hi, everybody.
Hey.
Tell Gunner hello.
Lady P said she emailed you something, Darren.
Okay, I'm looking right now.
Okay. I didn't.
Yeah, I'm looking. Let's see what Lady P sent us. It's usually pretty good what she sends.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, I got my daughter grabbed one of these vertical mouses for me.
Oh, wow. Is it better?
I don't know how I feel about it yet. I'm very up in the air. Because she took the old mouse that I had.
Did she?
Yeah, she gave me this one, which is newer and better, but it's very strange to operate this thing. It's just completely sideways, and it's like a little wet. Very strange.
That would be it's vertical instead of the other way. That would be weird.
I feel like I don't even want to use, like it's like a palm sander.
Wow.
Without the vibration. Let's see, Lady P, where are you? Let's see, Lady P. Lady P. Lady P, where are you?
I do.
Hello.
I responded back to you, Brenda.
Hello.
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 Oh, the kitty.
Hello, buddy. Hear the cat?
Yes.
Yeah.
I love it.
Hello. Hey, bud. Hello.
We at that time yet, Darren?
Well, hold on. I'm trying to get Lady P's thing here. Oh yeah, right here. All right, here we go.
Is it your cat a talker? Does it talk a lot? Meow a lot?
No, it's all he says is hello.
Oh.
Everybody say hello.
Yeah, I heard somebody say hello.
Yeah, that's my cat.
Our cat says mom, and then I'll sit down and call him, and he'll answer when I call him. It's funny.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
All right.
I love kitty
This
cats.
is important enough for you to get our attention, so let's play this video.
Okay.
I don't know
Brenda
what's to
play me, Darren.
Brenda said meow.
Hey, bud. Hello.
It says play me, so click me to play.
Let's see.
I miss my kitty cats.
Sure. Yeah, well, you can. Well, no, I won't say that because I love my 9 that we have now. We went from 0 cats to 9.
I'd be the same way. I couldn't get rid of mine, but
Well, what an idiot thing to do, right? Like, oh, here you guys go. You've just been, thrown down by CPS, and your kid was taken and all this stuff. So it should be real easy to breed some cats and then just get right rid of them, right?
no, it's
You start thinking, you're like, oh man, this must be just like what happens to them when they, CPS comes and they take the kid. I couldn't even think. I couldn't imagine. And now I couldn't even imagine being not having one of them with each other. Like they'd be miserable and so heartbroken.
Yeah.
She said it's her email says the EWO.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is this one here. I'm just trying to share the right screen. And so
she said not. Your cat's pregnant, Brenda? Oh no. Oh.
Not the damn cat.
My cat's fat. It's pregnant. So is it fat or is it pregnant?
It's pregnant. She said it's pregnant. She
So
said
is it
it's
fat
crazy.
pregnant? She
It's
says
a
It's
fat
my
pregnant.
cat, oh, the cat's fat. It's pregnant. Okay.
Is it
I
fat
hope
like
to get
pH?
more
Oh,
attention to what you're doing.
yeah. Is it pH pretty hot and tempting?
Well,
Oh, here you go. This is it.
I hope to get more attention to what you're doing.
There
That
we
looks
go.
like
You train
sage.
any of the list of workers that you provided me earlier, anything at
That's
all
sage.
with respect to the constitutional rights that run between parents and children?
No.
Okay. And that's for
Looks
any
like
training, not just the introductory training, right?
Correct.
Do you know whether or not there are, in fact, constitutional rights that run between parents and children?
I can't say for certain.
Because you've never been trained on that either, right?
Correct.
Okay. For example, have you ever, and you may have learned this in your education, your bachelor's or your master's, or even the current course study. Have you ever learned that parents and children have a constitutional right to live together without government interference, absent a few exceptions, one of which would be emergency?
No.
You've never heard that?
We don't. I've never covered the Constitution in any of my educational courses.
Okay. Do you train any of the list of workers that you provided me earlier, anything at all with respect to the constitutional rights that run between parents and children?
No.
Okay. And that's for any training, not just the introductory training, right?
Correct.
Do you know whether or not there are, in fact, constitutional rights that run between parents and children?
I can't say for certain.
Because you've never been trained on that either, right?
Correct.
Okay. For example, have you ever, and you may have learned this in your education, your bachelor's or your master's, or
Shoot, sorry.
even the current course study. Have you ever learned that parents and children have a constitutional right to live together without government interference, absent a few exceptions, one of
Can
which
you
would
send me
be
a copy of that?
emergency?
No.
You've never heard that?
We don't. I've never covered the Constitution in any of my educational courses.
Do you
So they
train
don't-
any of the list of workers that you provided me earlier, anything at all with respect to the constitutional rights
I want a
that run
copy of
between
that.
parents and children?
No.
Okay. And that's for any training, not just the introductory training, right?
Correct.
Do you know whether or not there are, in fact, constitutional rights that run between parents and children?
I can't say for certain.
Because you've never
Wow.
been trained on that either, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Wow.
For example, have you ever, and you may have learned this in your education, your bachelor's or your
Oh,
master's,
Jesus,
or
it keeps
even the current
looping. How
course
many more
study.
times are we going to do this?
Have you ever learned that parents and children have a constitutional right to live?
Wow.
Well,
So-
why were you guys 120 going to allow me to know that was looping, or did you all just pick up on that, or how did that work?
No,
Hey,
you know
bud.
what? That spoke volume, and I hope that
Yeah,
a lot of people
I-
heard that.
Yeah, but it was
I
too
watched-
perfect. It was too perfect to the point that I think it was fake.
You think
Yeah,
it was?
right? This was,
It was too perfect. I'm sorry, it was too perfect. At least the young lady could have, well, I think they could do this and I think that and make stuff up. She didn't do any of that. That's what I mean. Why the first thing came to my mind was I think this is fake.
Right. So they were probably just staging it.
Yes,
oh,
yes, I believe that was staged. I interviewed many people. I interviewed many people. They don't talk that way.
Well,
Right.
Herbert, I can educate you a little bit on that. There
Go ahead.
is actually caseworkers out there that don't even know what the goddamn statutes are. They quote them and they don't even read them.
I believe that, Vinny, I do believe that. I believe that. But they're going to hem and haw and dance around a little bit, you see? But that lady was too straight up, too yes, too no, too yes. I was like, nah, that's fake.
Lady P said it's a lawsuit deposition, Herbert.
She said it's a deposition.
Okay, it's a deposition that, so this lady's going to go to court for some reason.
She couldn't lie. She's under oath, and it says
she's under oath. That's right.
What time? What time?
Yeah. What time you want?
Oh, I don't know. Y'all tell me. I don't know. I was just sitting here reading on the internet about it says social workers are taught the Constitution, but I don't think they are because they can't tell you.
We're at an hour 20, so I mean.
They say it plays a significant role in their practice. Of course it does, but they don't know it. They don't even.
About Darren, but I've had a long day, and I know Darren has. That man has been up all day.
I just want to say, Lady P, I'm glad you explained that.
Hold on. I want to finish up what Danielle was talking about, guys. Hold on. No, Danielle, let's go back to what you were just saying there.
Yeah, it's saying that they say social workers are taught about the Constitution in their training, and it's supposed to play a significant role in the practice, especially when they deal with individuals' rights, privacy, due process, and equal protection. But it's not. They don't follow it. They don't even. They try to make their own Constitution, I guess, or their own rules or their own thing. I mean, because they are violating our due process and they're not protecting for nothing. And I mean, they have a fundamental duty a fiduciary duty to the taxpayers to exhaust all reasonable efforts to prevent foster care, and they don't do that. I mean, so they don't abide by the Constitution for nothing. They make their own.
And the thing is, but
if they're trained it, why aren't they doing it?
Right. That young lady is watching out for her behind. Since she's under oath, okay, she can't speak for all social workers. She's speaking for herself right now.
Right. And they
she's speaking
say
for herself.
Right. And they say that they're supposed to understand constitutional law for like making informed decisions, like when they have to remove but they don't know. I guarantee you majority of what
I think you guys missed what she said. That's the woman that trains the social workers.
Yeah. And
that woman trains the social workers?
Sean McMillan. Sean McMillan's that real big attorney out in California.
All right, please send me the whole thing.
She's the social worker trainer.
She's for just a particular state or for the whole, like the
Probably
head on the federal level?
No, probably. Well, Lady P is Connecticut, so maybe it's for Connecticut.
Oh, okay. Because because I mean, they're the social workers, like they're even under the ethical dilemmas, they violate our rights all the time. And that social worker, I mean, that lady didn't seem like she knew nothing.
Yeah. That's you know what? Sounds like a great way to end it. Right there. They don't know shit.
They don't. And I mean, they got their own manual that they're supposed to go by, and I think I know it better than they do here in Georgia.
Yeah, well, they don't follow it anyway.
Well,
no.
What you better know is when CPS comes to your door.
That's right.
And the police come to your door, and they don't have a warrant or some kind of order from the judge, do not let them in.
If Herbert shows up at your door, right?
That way. Danielle?
Well, like we always say, one is tough, but a pack is unstoppable. So pack it up and let's keep fighting and fight for your kids, and let's bring them home. Yeah. Document everything.
Pack it up.
There you go. Pack it up. We're going to make it happen.
That's it.
All right. My last words are going to be a little bit simpler tonight, but I just want to say, make sure you guys check out Brenda's show tomorrow. I think Tiff is going to do a special appearance with Miss Brenda. So make sure you check out Brenda's show. And then at 11 o'clock, my show is going to be on, and I'm sure
Oh,
we
your new
got
show.
yep, and we got quite a few more people on tomorrow as well. I do believe you have Turned the Page with Kim tomorrow. So make sure you check that out as well. We have a lineup for you guys. Our schedule is starting to fill up. Make sure you check out Darren's book and some of the stuff that he has on the website. We will have a website up soon. We're working on it diligently. Well, Darren is anyways. He's the master behind on the machine over there. That man has done a lot within this show that you guys don't even realize. He works his ass off day in and day out to keep everything nice, do all the
Yep.
pictures. He's
Look
doing
at
the
the kitty
pictures and
kitty.
the music all by himself.
We miss
So,
Carrie.
you know,
And
when the new website hits, please guys check it out, share it out, spread the word. We really are trying to help all of you guys. And we're
Okay,
trying to get out a bunch of stuff to help
Vinny,
you.
which 11? Is it 11 a.m. or 11 p.m.?
11 a.m.
p.m. What's 11 a.m.?
11
Brenda's?
11 a.m.
My show tomorrow.
Okay.
11 a.m.
Okay. Save the children, right, Brenda?
In the morning.
Save
You
the
said
Oh, yeah,
11.
exactly.
What's 11? There's 2 11s.
It's what is she
I
saying?
have
What's
no
that
clue.
shit at the
11
bottom of the screen?
a.m. or 11 p.m.?
11
What is she
a.m.
talking about?
Danielle is a felon.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
You
Danielle's a
missed
felon.
the whole clip earlier where
Yeah.
Danielle was talking about being a felon.
Yeah.
It was more or less a
Yeah.
joke, but because
Oh,
she
I
said
didn't even.
Danielle's a felon. She
Yeah.
said she was a felon about 57 times.
Yes, I
So
did.
to stop her saying it, I put it up there for her.
You know, I'm cool.
Yeah,
Danielle is a
she's a
felon.
regular felon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Danielle's a felon.
Danielle's a felon.
Ever since I
You
knew
know,
Danielle, she was a felon.
my buddy, my other
She's gotta be
partner
a
in
felon
crime
for a
left me.
while.
Yeah. Yep, for a long while. You know.
Yeah.
I didn't even know her name. I called her the felon. But they said, no, her name is Danielle. I said, I thought she was just a felon.
You know, Carrie always said, she's like, Daniel, you know, me and you are the only felons in the group. I was like, oh, that's great. I'm like,
All
thanks,
right.
Carrie. I miss her.
Yeah. Check out all those shows tomorrow, guys.
Yeah, Brenda's 9 a.m.
Check out everybody's new shows. We'll
Brenda's
be on
9 a.m.
9:30 in the morning. We start. I'm the CPS Punisher. Fuck CPS. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Oh, we need the song too.
Bye.
Yep. Night, guys.
There it is. Now I got to work on the website. Maybe it'll start.
Derek, get some
It's
rest
coming.
if you can, brother. I'm out of here.
Listen, I can't help the speed of the computer here.
Yeah, it's all right.
Here it comes.
Danielle, have
It's
a great night.
Good night, John Boy.
Good night.
I don't think no one understood that one but me. Oh, come on. What the hell is going on here? Well, let's see. What do I got to do here? Let's try this one. See how this one comes out to play here. Gee whiz. Huh. Well, you know what? Let's get a new YouTube thing open up here. Hold on a second. We'll make this son of a biscuit work. It's really weird. But you know what? We'll make it work. We'll make the end of this show work, guys. Just because of that, I'm going to put this one on. There we go. All right, I got it, guys. I'm the CPS Punisher. Have a good night, everybody. Yes, that's the one. See you tomorrow. Don't forget, Brenda starts 9:30 a.m. Be there, guys.
So stop. crazy, baby, chill. Don't medicate, just meditate. You waking up now, well, baby, you hella late. Educate, look at what's going on, let it resonate, accelerate. Find your inner hunger like you never ate. Agenda is to push the hate. Separate and segregate, don't celebrate. Quite yet the storm is coming, cue for heaven's sake. Violence that they demonstrate, instigate and penetrate the values of our country, and our God is what they desecrate. My fighters ain't no featherweight, pulling out the seams of the fabric that they fabricate. They feed us lies, manipulate, intimidate, do fear and force, forcing us to sit and wait till we come together, congregate. Then we liberate, praying that you give me strength to find some love amongst the hate. Marching on the streets of blood till I see the golden gates. Troubadour, troubled souls, one of God's servants. Blades out, cut the grass till we see the serpents.
One day I hope you see the truth. This puppet show, it stays on because of you fools. We've been dancing with the devil way too long. I know it's fun, but get ready to pay your dues. Oh God, come back home. This crazy world is filled with liars and abusers. We need you now before we're too far gone. I hope one day they finally see the truth. God, we need you now.
I know the truth is hard to swallow, just digest it. Suspected something's going on, chose to just neglect it. Deflected by some breaking news, oh, we just accept it. Expected just to fall in line and follow their perspective. Don't question their objective, but I got a lot of questions. How these kids molested, but nobody's been arrested. Read it in the testament, these children are protected. So I'm fighting all these terrorists, both foreign and domestic. Refuse to be directed, lying out of sheep. Only kneel to my God, so I'm dying on my feet. Silence when we speak, but there's violence in the street. I've been rolling with the punches, I can't take it on the cheap. Now, drink from a glass half full, I'm optimistic. People are sadistic, so vicious and malicious. Praying for assistance to overcome opposition. No, I'm gonna start resisting, and then I'll pray for forgiveness.
One day I hope you see the truth. This puppet show, it stays on because of you fools. We've been dancing with the devil way too long. I know it's fun, but get ready to pay your dues. Oh God, come back home. This crazy world is filled with liars and abusers. We need you now before we're too far gone. I hope one day they finally see the truth. God, we need you now. We need you now. We need you now. One day, one day, one day, I hope you see the truth. This puppet show, it stays on because of you fools. We've been dancing with the devil way too long. I know it's fun, but get ready to pay your dues.